नमो नमः सद्गुरुभ्यः सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः नमो नमः सद्गुरुभ्यः सद्गुरुभ्यो नमो नमः हरे रामेति कृष्णेति नाम संकीर्तनं सदा लोकक्षेमाय कुर्वन्तं प्रेमिकं सद्गुरुं भजे. Very happy to be meeting all of you, students, fresh young minds in this beautiful students conference called Antar Jagarana. So the topic given to me today is Koham. Who am I? Koham means who am I? Why do we need to actually do any vicharana or any kind of discussion on this topic? Today, every mind is filled with stress, anxiety, overthinking, thoughts, relentless thoughts about the future, about the past. Oh, what is my future going to be? I'm hearing that a lot of things are going to be replaced because of artificial intelligence, AI. Will my, whatever I'm studying, will it be of any use? Will I get a good job? Will I get a good salary? Should I marry? Should I not marry? Should I have children? Should I not have children? Am I doing the right kind of studies? Am I into the right institution? Is my future secure? All of you have these thoughts, right? And other students, I have seen a lot of other students who keep talking about the past. This happened to me. This should not have happened to me. Why did it happen to me, madam? Of all people, this happened to me alone. All the others are sitting happily, they're enjoying. I deserve much more. I deserve much more. This should not have happened to me. How many of you feel that guilt? So all of you have some regret about the past. All of you are guilty about the past. All of you are stressed about the future. So how can we enjoy this present moment? If we are all the time anxious about the future, all the time not happy about what has happened in the past, how will we enjoy this present moment as a present from the Lord? This is called present because it is a present from as God's gift. How are we going to enjoy? And that is why we have this topic, Koham. So, what have I put on this slide? Why do we need this topic? Fear of the future, guilt about the past. So, your present is vanishing, a vanishing present. So, now, this is why we have this topic very relevant in today's times. Now, do we generally think that this is happening only in 2026? How many of you think that only in this generation there is so much of mental anxiety and depression, melancholy, so much of stress? 10 years back, people were much happier. 20 years back, people were much happier. How many of you think that? Again, all hands. I was also thinking the same way, you know. When I was doing my studies, or 10 years back, they were much happier. In fact, they need not have gone to schools. They need not have to pursue jobs. Women need not have had to balance life and career and juggling so many tasks. But this is not something new. This is not new. This was happening to everybody in the past. For an example, I just took Arjuna. Pandavas, all of you know the Pandavas, right? Mahabharata, Pancha Pandavas. How many of the Pancha Pandavas, there was a question in Tamil. How many of them were the Pancha Pandavas? Pancha itself means 5. What kind of a question? And somebody wrote 3. Scratched it, sorry, 2. And scratched it and said, I don't know. This is truly happened. Pancha itself means, Pancha means 5. Pancha Pandavas, 5 of them, they were all so talented. They were all so skilled. Arjuna was so skilled in his Gandivam, he could, archery means Arjuna. Focus means Arjuna. Talent means Arjuna. So, Arjuna means talent. Bhima, so much of power, Bala. He took the mace, even his mace, others could not, that Gade, no? It is called the Gade. Nobody could lift the Gade. And Dharmaputra, he knew all the Shastras. Knowledge, yes, they had. Talent, yes, they had. Power, yes, they had. Shanti, peace, Nakula, Sahadeva, yes, they had. But every day was a day of life and death for them. Life and death. Because even though they were talented, Uncle Dhritarashtra, who was the Raja, was manipulating things because he was blinded by affection for his son, Duryodhana. So, even though they were successful, they were pulled down. Again, they were successful, they were pulled down to the extent of being exiled to the forests. So now comes a time where Arjuna is totally confused. Oh my God, we work so hard. I'm so talented. We're all so talented. Still we are losers. So now they have to go for a yuddha, the Mahabharata, world war. And now, as soon as the war begins, everybody blows the conch. Arjuna says, let's say this is his Gandiva, his bow. He says, no, I'm not going to fight. I'm keeping it down. Krishna says, what is happening, Arjuna? You have to fight. You cannot keep it down. No, I'm confused. I'm totally confused. How can I fight against my own gurus, my own cousins, my own brothers, my own kith and kin? I don't know dharma, I don't know adharma. Who am I? Koham. I don't know who am I. I'm one of the Pandavas. I don't want to rule over the blood-stained kingdom. And this is when he says, I'm totally confused. Krishna, please advise me. Now, Krishna says, Kutastva kashmalamidam vishame samupastitam. Why, how has this confusion come into your mind? If you really know who you are, koham, if you really know who we are, each one of us, he says, kashmalam, this confusion, this impurity would not have come into you. Anarya Jushtam, it's not befitting of you, it's not becoming of you, Arjuna. Akirti, it will bring you infamy. Now, listen, give up all this weakness of mind. Come on, Arjuna, get up. Uttishta parantapa. Uttishta, get up, rise. Uttishta parantapa, klaibyam masmagam of Partha. Don't give place at all to weakness of mind. Kshudram hridaya daurbalyam. What do you mean by hridaya daurbalyam? Weakness of mind. Give it up. No, he says, no. Arjuna says, no, I'm not able to. My mind is so confused. I'm so confused, Krishna. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. If we are confused, what are we supposed to do? Just surrender to a supreme power above us. If you believe in God, God. If you don't believe in God, cosmos. If you believe in the Guru, very easy for you because you can see him, you can feel him, you can touch him. If the Guru is not there right now also, you can feel the presence. My Guru, Sri Anna, Sri Krishna Premi Swamigal, also left us about 3 years back. In fact, I came here to see that the students must not get depressed because your Guru is not in physical form. This happened to me, the same thing happened to me 3 years back. So, once the Guru is not in physical form, what do? You understand that he is everywhere. He occupies the entire cosmos. Everything that he is doing is actually what we are doing is Guru's instructions. If you are a Guru Bhakta, it becomes easier. So Arjuna says, Shishyasteham. He never says that. Suddenly Arjuna says, no, I'm your disciple. Take me as your disciple. Shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Take me as your disciple. And then Krishna smiles because this person, this guy Arjuna, he doesn't surrender so easily. He always thinks he's the mightiest person because he's got talent. He's got skill. So as soon as he says, I'm surrendering to you, immediately, as soon as he says, I'm surrendering to you, so after surrendering, immediately he becomes silent. Tushnim babuvaha. Two things that we have to understand before introspecting koham. Just surrender to the supreme power and then silence. I can feel silence in this whole Prashanti Nilayam, in this whole Poornachandra Auditorium, in this whole Puttaparthi. I can feel silence, but outside there is so much noise. But even here, external noise is not there. You think everybody is experiencing peace? Inside the mind, there is lot of noise. How many of you feel that noise inside your mind? See? Outside it is so peaceful. Inside there is a battle going on. The Kurukshetra battle is not the battle that took place 5,000 years back. It is a battle that is going on in your mind and in my mind right now. Right now, there is so much noise in the mind. We are not able to calm it down. We are not able to calm. In fact, so now, silence is not just external silence. Surrender and internal silence. Tushni babuva. When you stop talking, you start listening. When you stop talking, you start listening. Are you listening? Wow, thank you so much. Now, immediately Krishna, as soon as he stopped talking, till that time he was going on complaining. Oh, this is not good, that is not good, this is not fair, this is not fair. I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that. He was going on and on, blah, 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 blah. Tushnim babuva. He became silent. Then Krishna starts. Understand who you are. Koham. You won't have complaints, you won't have regrets, you won't have guilt, you won't have remorse, you won't have difficulty, you won't have sorrow. Ashocyanan vashochastvam prajnavadamscha bhashase gatasuna gatasumscha nanushocanti panditaha. Thank you. Krishna says, so comforting words. Ashocyanan vashochastvam. Don't you worry. Very comforting, soothing words. Ashocyanan vashochastvam. See, Arjuna, you talk like you know everything. You are a mature person. Prajnavadamscha bhashase. You talk as if you know everything. But truly wise people do not complain or grieve or do not feel sad about nanu shochanti. Shochanti means they do not feel sad about anything at all in this life. They are filled with bliss. How is that possible, Krishna? How is that possible? How can I fill myself with happiness when there is so much trauma and drama going inside my mind? How can I fill? Krishna says, see, this life is completely changing. All of us were small infants. Then we became childhood from infancy to childhood. Then from childhood to boyhood or girlhood, adolescence, adults. Then you pass out of this university. Then you move on. And then you have children or grandchildren. 80 years, 90 years, scene over. So quick. Now over. It's like a drama. What I said in 1 minute happens in 80 years or 50 years or 40 years. And even after that, do you think it's over? The scene over? No. The soul goes to the next body. So, what we have been thinking as I am suffering. I am complaining. I have a stomachache. I have been refused this privilege. I'm not privileged, I'm underprivileged, I'm poor, I'm rich. All of it is associated only with this temporary physical body. How do I say that? Let's assume for a minute I'm dead. Some people are saying, oh, thank God she's dead now. No, until the lecture I will not be. Until I finish the lecture. So say, Vishaka Hari, I've gone, I'm dead. Somebody comes and asks, where is Vishaka Hari? You will say, no, she's gone. No, she's here. Nobody will say she's here. You will say she's gone. She died just 5 minutes back. No, she's here, no? No, this is her body. She's gone. So what is that she? What is that I? Now you got it? Simple sentence, finished. Gone. It is a beautiful 20-year-old boy. Features are very nice, very handsome. All girls were after him. 20 years gone. Now, anybody will say, let us have him at least for 3, that body, no? It's so beautiful. Let us have that body for 3 days. Will anybody say that? It will start stinking. That is the value for the body. But today, everything is associated with that temporary stinking body. And some people, they come to me and say, oh, your hair has started graying, huh? Yeah, of course. 47 years, it has to. Otherwise, something is wrong with me. Huh? It has to, no? It has to grow gray. Teeth will start falling. Yes, of course. Skin will start wrinkling. Yes, of course. Of course, yes. This is a huge industry, anti-aging. How can you anti-age? Each one of us have a higher purpose and a higher duty. Each one of us are born to do something big and nice with Guru Kripa and with God's grace. How does this importance given to this physique is so much so that this Indriya Sukha, more than this Indriya Sukha and more than the physical body and the senses, we are not able to think of anything. Bharat was a land which was imparting this language of Atma Vichara to the entire cosmos, to the entire world. Koham. Bharat was a land which was imparting this knowledge. But today, Bharat is the maximum industry for all the sense organs. What you should not eat, tongue is eating only that. What you should not see, eyes are seeing only that. What you should not hear, what you should not speak, because we are not thinking of Dekhinosmin yatha dekhe kaumaram yauvanam jara tatha dehantara praptihi dhirastatra namuhyati. Dhirastatra namuhyati. A courageous man, a wise man will not get affected for all these silly reasons. There was a time when I used to also cry because I got just 99 out of 100. Just 99 out of 100. 3 days I cried for that 1 mark. And All India CA, I got topper, the first in direct taxes, but totally put together I got only 3rd. All India only. There was a time when I used to cry and people thought that I failed in my exam. So see, for such silly things we can make an issue, and big things, it's all in the mind. Now, if we understand that this aham, this aham is not the body. I might be old, young. It's all in what you understand as yourself. The soul has no race, no religion, nothing attached to it. Soul is such pure, eternal consciousness. And we love each other only because that soul is inside. You love probably your friend, or your husband, or your child, or your parents, only because the soul is inside. The soul is out. Next minute, the body is burnt. I just told you. I just gave you that example. So why do I love the child? Because there is a soul inside the child. Why do I love my friend or hate my friend? Whatever emotions, it comes because of the soul inside which is living. So that is what Adi Shankaracharya, Bhagavad Pada Adi Shankara, he was on a journey. There was a small mute boy, deaf and dumb boy. The parents said, oh, this boy is called Hasta Malaka. He cannot speak right from his birth. He cannot speak. Immediately Adi Shankara said, he cannot speak or he didn't want to speak. Let me check. And he says, he calls this little boy. They think that he is a silent boy, he's a mute boy. So everybody is just watching what is going to happen. Adi Shankara calls this boy and then he says, Kastvam shisho kasya kuto siganta kim namate tvam kutagatosi etanmayoktam vadacharvagatvam arbakatvam matpritaye priti vivardhanosi. Kastvam shisho kasya kutosi ganta. Oh, dear child, who are you? We are answering this topic, koham, no? Koham, who am I? Here he asks, Kastvam, who are you? Kasya, who are your parents? Whom do you belong to? Kutosi ganta, where do you want to go? Kim namate, what is your name? Kuta agatosi, where are you coming from? Etanmayoktam vadacharbakatvam. Arbaka, oh my little child, little darling child, give me the answers for all these questions. Madpritaye priti vivardhanosi. I love you. And the very sight of, generally when we see children, we are filled with love, no? Children, why do we love Krishna? Because he's not only God, he's a child also. Child and God. So as soon as he said this, the boy started speaking. The very first speech in the boy's life. Very first speech. The answer for Kastvam. Answer for Koham. Who am I? Who are you? That is what is today's topic. He immediately says, Hasta Malaka. He says, Naham manushya, na cha deva yaksho, na brahmana kshatriya vaishya shudraha, na brahmachari, na grihi vanastho, bhikshurna chakam, nijabodharupaha. He says, Naham manushyaha, I'm not a human being. So if you identify as a human being, then, oh, are you a Chinese? Are you an Indian? You're an American? What passport do you have? British passport? Oh my God, you have a US passport? So many things, no? Which race do you belong? Which religion? Are you a Hindu? Are you a Christian? Are you a Muslim? I am not a human being at all. Naham manushya. I'm not a human. Oh, which means are you a deva? A celestial? Nacha deva yaksha. I'm not a deva. I'm not a goblin. I'm not a spirit. Oh, then are you a student? Or are you married? You have children? You have no children? You're a businessman? You're a salaried employee? What business do you have? What office? Oh, stop it. Na brahmana kshatriya vaishya shudraha. I'm neither a brahmana nor a vaishya nor a businessman. Brahmana, vaishya, kshatriya, shudra. What are the four varnas? Means that teachers are Brahmanas, Vaishyas are businessmen, Kshatriyas are politicians, and Shudras are salaried employees, to relate it to today's context. Varnas. I am neither of them. So, are you married or not married? Na brahmachari, na grihi, vanasto, bhikshurna chaham. I am not a sannyasi. I am not a grihastha. I am not a brahmachari. I am not a student. Who am I? Nija bodha rupaha. I am that eternal supreme love consciousness called the soul. Nija bodha. Nija bodha. If we can understand this, we will start loving all, serving all. That is what the whole of Puttaparthi has, no? Love all, serve all. How can you love all if you see differences? No? He's from North India, he's from South India. She's from South India. No, he's North India itself, he's from UP, he is from Orissa. He's a Bihari, he's a Punjabi. He is a Tamilian, he is a Telugu, she is a Telugu. She talks Malayalam with Tamil accent. She talks proper Malayalam. All these differences. So many differences. We will not see the differences if we just see everybody as pure souls. Now, Ekanath Maharaj, because this is very close to the Ashada Ekadasi, I want to give you short snippets of some stories. Ekanath Maharaj belonged to Maharashtra. Yet they had all gone for a yatra. You know what yatra means, right? A trip to pilgrimage, a pilgrimage to all these kshetras. They had gone to Kashi, they brought Ganga. Ganga, no? You brought Ganga means not like Bhagirath bringing Ganga herself. Ganga and Ganga Chombala, small vessel, they will bring Ganga. Small pots. So on their way back, Eknath Maharaj belonged to a place called Bhaitan. Pratishtanapura. Bhaitan, Pratishtanapura. So on their way back, they had to pass through a desert. And there was a donkey lying in the midst of the desert. It was very thirsty. And it was actually pulling its limbs so harshly because it was thirsty. It was about to die. It's just shivering. And Ekanathji immediately, he was filled with compassion. And he said, let us give this donkey some water. It is feeling thirsty, I think. It is going to lose its life. Another yatrika, he said, no, I'm not going to break my Ganga Jala pot. I'm taking it for my puja rituals. It is for my puja, for Shiva and for Annapurneshwari, Parvati. Ekanathji said, but I see God in this donkey. I see Panduranga. Panduranga is the deity of Pandharpur, Maharashtra. How many of you are from Maharashtra? So you know Pandharpur, Panduranga, right? So I see Panduranga here. And then everybody laughed. Panduranga, God in a donkey, is it? Why not? God is in a dog. God is in a donkey. God is in a human being. God is in a flower. God is in everything, in every cause. It means the Panchabhutas. God is in water. God is in fire. God is in Vayu, the wind. Everywhere. And then they mocked and they said, Ekanath, if you want, you give water. I'm not going to. So they all left. Eknathji just hugged the donkey, saying, you're Panduranga. I know who you are. Kastvam. Koham Kastvam. Okay? Who you are. You are Panduranga. So he just hugged and gave the water. And the donkey was looking at Ekanath with so much gratitude, eyes filled with tears. Animals have emotions. We think animals don't have emotions. They have more emotions. Sometimes they're more sensitive than human beings. We are behaving like donkeys. Donkeys are behaving better. So the donkey was looking with gratitude. And then immediately the next second, as soon as Eknath was giving water into the mouth of the donkey vanished. Panduranga was showing his mouth like this. Ah. Panduranga was showing his mouth. Wide open. And then Eknath Maharaj got shocked. He just dropped the vessel and said, Panduranga, what is this? I know you came in so many Dashavataras, Matsyavatara, Kurmavatara, Varahavatara, Matsya, but as a donkey, why did you come as a donkey? And then you know what the God said? God said, I have the Shakti to come in any form, any Rupa, but not all of them like you have the Bhakti to find me in every form and Rupa. So your Bhakti excels my Shakti. And then Eknath started singing abhangs and abhangs. Maze mahera pandari, ahe bivare chatiri. Maze mahera pandari, ahe bivare chatiri. Bapai ani, bapai. He says, Pundali kara hai bandhu. I thought I was an orphan. But I didn't understand Koham, who I am really. You are there as my father. Baba, Ani, Ai, Rakumai. Your queen, Rukmini, is my mother. Ai means mother. Pundalika is my bandhu. Maze bahina Chandrabhaga. I thought I never had a sister. But Chandrabhaga, rivers are my sisters. See, rivers can be your sisters. Trees can be your brothers. Birds can be your relatives. And then the world will be a celebration and joy and bliss, and you will not complain that you're an orphan or nobody is loving you. Your world will be filled with love, 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 and love. Eka Janardani Sharana. And he attributes all of it to his guru. And he says, because of you, I got Vithala, Vithala Rupa. Vithala, 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 Vithala. Vithala, 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 Vithala. Vithala, 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 Vithala. Vithala, 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 Vithala. Vithala, 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 Vithala. Maze mahera pandari, ahe bivare chatiri. So when you can see God in even a donkey. There was one Maharaj, Namdeva, who saw God in a dog. The dog took his chapati, parota. Just 2 parotas he had. That also the dog took away. And Namdeva started chasing the dog. Everybody was thinking, this Namadeva was very poor. So he wants to chase the dog and take the chapati from the dog's mouth and then eat it. Namdeva did not chase the dog for that reason. He said, Panduranga, you are running away with dry roti alone. The ghee is in my hand. I will put ghee on it, then eat it. He saw Panduranga in the dog. That is our dharma of seeing God in each and every object. The Rudram chanting 8 o'clock, what happened this morning? What does the Rudram say? Everybody is God, including the thief. Including the thief, including those dog eaters. Don't look at them with disgust. Teach them morality and values. So what is our higher duty? When you understand that we are not this physical body, only then we understand that we have a sense of greater purpose in this world. We have a sense of greater duty in this world. We have a greater sense of purpose in this world. Vivekananda Swami did not understand his purpose for a long time. After he met Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, he understood that his knowledge has to be put for the benefit of nation building, entire world building. Nation building also, you say this is my nation, that is my nation, and so many wars are going on today. So many wars. Every day, if you Google, there will be some war going on between this country and that country. Either for race, or for religion, or for resource. Race, religion, resource. There is oil here, immediate war. There is uranium there, immediate war. There is a lot of forest produce here, immediate war. Why so much? Because we are not able to see. That is why we were taught as Vriksha Devatas, Vana Devatas, even rivers, Ganga, Maya, Mother Ganga, Yamuna Maya, Kaveri, Tayar. Everything we saw as God, we never used to bomb mountains and hills for resources. We never used to do that. Because we saw Malayappa Swami, even in that hill and mountain, for us, nothing is a non-living, just product. If you start doing that, then even human beings are insensitized so much that human beings themselves treat others like products. Some doctors, no? If you go to the doctors, they will just treat you as if you are a skeleton. They will not ask you what is your name, what is your problem, what is, go do that scan, this scan, this scan, that scan, this scan. And finally, nothing, just jaladosha, cold. You could have sneezed a couple of times, avladhan. That scan, this scan, this scan. Products. Now, human beings are also looked at as products everywhere because that soul element is gone. So that is why so many wars, if we start seeing the soul in everybody, we won't be waging wars. Bharat has never waged wars for resources or race or religion. Only we have waged wars in defense, not in offense. Only to protect ourselves, we have waged war. You look at the Ramayana, Rama said, go today, Ravana, come back. If you change your mind, you can live. Indru poi, naalai va. Krishna went as a Duta for the Pandavas so that the war can be stopped. Nobody, it's always Samadana, Beda, Danda. Danda is the last niyati for us. In a war is never the first resort. It's the last resort. Mahabharata also, Krishna asks at least for 5 villages or one single bungalow with 5 rooms. Duryodhana said, I will not give even one piece of land where you can put 5 needles. Only then they started the war. So now Krishna says, you are fighting this war for a higher purpose. Understand that you are a soul and not the body. You are fighting not for the kingdom. You are fighting for dharma. You are fighting against adharma. You are not fighting against your gurus and preceptors and kith and kin. We started with this, so I have to give you the answer for this. I'm not fighting against my guru or my relatives or my kith and kin and cousins and brothers. Arjuna, you are not fighting against your relatives. You are fighting against adharma. So once you find that you are not this body, you will understand the purpose of your life, which is higher. And then you will start fighting only for dharmic reasons. And that is why it is always Mahapariva Chandrasekharendra Saraswati Swami sang this song for united nations, all nations to be united, all religions to be united, all races to be united. Harmony through love. Maitrim bhajata akila grijetrim. Maitrim bhajata अखिलहृजेत्रीम् आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत आत्मवदेव परानपि पश्यत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत युद्धं त्यजत स्पर्धां त्यजत त्यजत परेष्वाक्रममाक्रमणम् त्यजत परेष्वाक्रममाक्रमणम् जननी पृथिवी कामदुगास्ते जननी पृथिवी कामदुगास्ते जनको देवः सकल दयालु जनको देवः सकल दयालु दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनताः दाम्यत दत्त दयध्वं जनताः श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां श्रेयो भूयात् सकल जनानां. It's now the Q&A. I told them from 11:15 we'll have questions by students where we will answer. So you can get up, raise your hand, ask the question. We will start with this. What is your takeaway from today's Koham lecture?
Sarah ma'am.
Yeah.
First of all, thank you for the amazing lecture.
Thank you.
By learning from this session, as you said, many of us have many anxieties and overthinking going on in our lives. So the first step, of course, is to silence the mind. And that was my biggest learning, because many times when I've actually overthought a lot, when I go and take some moment for myself and sit in a corner and reflect, that's the time everything comes and I start seeing answers. So I could really connect with that. So thank you for telling that to me.
That is so beautiful. So the first, so nice it has benefited you. I hope it has benefited a lot more also for those who are overthinking, stressed, mental anxiety, depression and questions. Understand that all this is just related to the physical, transient, temporary body, and all of it is just alpa vishya. We are born for a greater purpose. We are born for a greater. Yes.
I have a question, ma'am.
Yes.
So you said, of course, we have a lot of inner turmoil. Though we might be appearing silent externally, internally we might be still overthinking. So yes, suppose I, of course, go take some time out and think for myself. But if I want to meditate, maybe, even that time thoughts are like always coming into my head. So I want to ask you, how do you silence the mind?
Beautiful question. How do you silence your mind? Beautiful question. How do we silence our mind? You know why I sang in between? Silencing your mind through music, through Nama Sankirtana, through bhajans. Why do you have bhajans every day here in Puttaparthi? Silencing through Nama Sankirtana and bhajans is very easy. Of course, meditation is not that easy as just saying Vithala, 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 Vithala. When you just said Vithala, 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 was your mind silent? Did you feel an inner calm and an inner peace? That is the easiest way in this Kali Yuga. The Krita Yuga people had a lot of focus. In fact, Arjuna was not able to silence his mind. That is why the query. Arjuna was the greatest in focusing. Chanchalam hi mana Krishna, he says. My mind is overthinking. How do you silence it? Pranayama, deep inhalation, exhalation, meditation. Krishna advises 3 paths: Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, to silence your mind and put it to bliss. These three, Karma Yoga, take up a particular work that will give you Chitta Shuddhi, that will purify, take the work in an interest of a huge benefit, not the interest of your own, say, your own filling up the bank account. That cannot be a Karma Yoga. Without expectations, working for a larger society. That is Karma Yoga. If you do that, you get Chitta Shuddhi. And if you get Chitta Shuddhi, your mind becomes much more silent. In Bhakti, we sing together or we listen to Upanyasams, our mind becomes silent. Satsanga. In Jnana, we do Atma Vichara, our mind becomes silent. So the three, and then finally, if he says, oh, all the three are very tough, then says, Mam ekam sharanam vraja, just surrender. Don't worry, I will take care of your mind. Whatever comes to your mind, let it go. Just catch hold of me, I will take care of you. That is it. That is why he shows his Abhaya Mudra. Na? That's it.
Thank you.
These are the paths advised. For you, simple chanting, Ramanama or Vithalanama or whatever Nama. That's it. Any other questions? Girls? Huh? First, then that girl has a question. Girls, then boys, then girls and boys. That girl has a question. Raise your hand. Please stand up. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, you have a question. Yes. Yeah,
Sorry.
I thought you were a volunteer. Sorry.
First of all, I would like to express my gratitude to you, ma'am, because one of the reasons why I was able to understand Panduranga and the story of Janabai is mainly because of your Upanyasams. And I've got two questions and one request. The first question is that we often say even Arjuna surrenders, but then after we say we surrender to you, Swami, and all of that, we still have so many questions attached to whether Swami listens to us or whether my Guru really understands me, what is going on in my mind. All those things comes in. So at what point do we really, convince ourselves? How do we...
See, basically, if your question is over?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, if we have Dhrida Vishwasa, there is a word called Dhrida Vishwasa, faith. Dhrida Vishwasa, complete conviction that I have surrendered to him, he will take care of me. That is what Tyagaraja Swami says. Ma kelara vicharamu. Why should I do any vichara at all? Because Saketa Raja is taking care of me. Ma kelara vicharamu. Why should I bother about me? Just like parents take care of their children, or probably yesteryear parents, how they used to take care of yesteryear children. Because today, even parents, you cannot say 100% commitment. So, 100 million times Vatsalya God has on us because we are His children. We are His children. So just say, I'm your child. The parent knows when the child is hungry, what to feed the child, how much to feed the child, what to give, what not to give, when not to give, how much to give. Everything the parent knows. You are my father. Janako Devaha. That is it. Khatam.
Thank you, ma'am. One more question. The second one is about attachment. So let's say as a child, I might have sincere respect for my parents, and there will be an attachment, thinking about them.
I'm not able to hear you clearly. It's echoing. Yeah, tell me.
Can you hear me now, ma'am?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Can you keep the mic a little? Yeah.
Sorry. It's about the attachments. So when we have relationships, we're always worried about them. I think it's an expression of our love for them. So how can we be detached with relationships? Let's say...
Beautiful. How can you be attached at the same time detached? That is called the detached attachment, which Krishna again explains in the Bhagavad Gita. Detached attachment, like the water droplets on the lotus leaf. Have you seen lotus leaves? There will be water droplets sticking on the lotus leaf, but still it will not be sticking onto it. Anytime it can fall off. So we have to go by the concept of if that particular person needs us. I'm full of love for everybody, irrespective of whatever is happening. If they need us, I will be there for you. I will support you. But if we go on sticking to them and start nagging them, then our affection is misunderstood as clutching. When you clutch on to something, udumbapudi mari, nobody wants that. That too in this generation. You need a space, you need some privacy, you need some space. And you said, "Ivlo anbu kaamikkadama." That is what our children says, no? They all say that. So you have attachment, yes. But at the same time, you need to understand that you see, my guru Sri Anna would say, you see every person as some relation to God. Make God your family member. We are serving Him. This is His family. Even if you are not appreciated for what you're doing, you do some bisibela bath or you do some lemon rice or you do vegetable pulao or biryani, still you're not appreciated. Now we feel, oh, I'm not appreciated, I am so affectionate, I'm making so much for them. Still nobody in this house even says this is nice. This is what we all feel, right? But my Guru Shri Anna would say, think of it as it's God's family. I'm making it for Krishna without any expectation. If they say, yes, fine and good. If they don't say, still Krishna is enjoying. Krishna is saying, yes, it's very nice. It's wonderful, it's yummy. He's saying that. Yeah. So you don't need an approval for every act that you do from people around you. Don't expect that. That is karma yoga. Karmanyeva adhikarastvam ma phaleshu. Detached attachment. We will be loving, at the same time not too attached, like the water droplets on the lotus leaves. Yes.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes.
The last request, ma'am, towards the end, can you...
There are 2 more girls there.
Yes.
I saw 2 more girls there and the boys section. Yeah, please pass on the mic to the next girl. Yes. I will answer you in private. Yeah. The girls who stood up. You forgot your question, huh?
No,
Yeah.
ma'am. Many of my answers are questioned with this session.
Oh, thank
And,
you. That's very, very, very happy for me because many of your questions have been answered through this session.
And
That's a great success for me.
One of my takeaway from this session is that I often am very confused in school and I feel so stressed about it because I don't know how to proceed further. But when you told that when we are confused, it's best that we surrender to God and stay silent, it has deeply been rooted in me, ma'am. And thank you so much for this message.
That's so nice of you. Just surrender, stay silent, so that you can hear His voice.
Yes, ma'am.
He will tell you what is the route ahead.
Yes.
He will talk to us consistently. Just feel His presence.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Beautiful.
Ma'am.
Yes. Boys, be ready. Already 3 girls, 4 girls versus 1 boy. 3,
Saira, ma'am.
okay. There, see? Yeah, come.
Saira ma'am, thank you for the wonderful session. My question is that whenever I meditate or stay silent, one question every time comes in my mind that what is the purpose of my soul? How am I supposed to get at that answer?
What is the purpose of your
Soul.
soul? What is your purpose? What are you passionate about? What is your name?
Vandita.
Vandita. What are you passionate about, Vandita?
Ma'am, I'm passionate about art, music.
Why don't you work for the society, the nation as a whole, through your art and music? See, whatever, we have to introspect our skills and talents inside us. God has given us some beautiful skills which nobody else can do. With that, if you can reach out and benefit student community or probably the autistic children or Down syndrome children with your art and music, that is the purpose of your life. Find it out. Once you are passionate about something, God will give you that purpose and lead you. Cosmos itself will help you serve that purpose beautifully. That is how from a CA I'm here right now. If I was an auditor sitting inside an office, I will not be here. God will lead you every day into fulfilling your duty and a higher purpose. Yeah?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Yes.
Sairam ma'am, thank you so much for taking this session for us today. Ma'am, my key takeaway from this session was that a courageous and a wise man will not be affected by silly reasons that arise out of the body consciousness.
Correct.
Ma'am, building on that, my question is, this body is the medium through which we interact with the world that we see, and every action that we do or thought that comes to us, it comes via this body. So to what extent is the body conscious or identification with this body okay, so that it does not impede us with these anxieties and stresses?
Beautiful question. What extent should this body be given importance? What is your name?
Ma'am, my name is Sai Utkarsh.
Santosh.
No, ma'am, Sai Utkarsh.
Saint Utkarsh. Okay. Okay, whatever. Sorry for pronouncing it wrong. Now, let me just give you one question before your question and then continue with the answer to your question. Day before yesterday, there was a students' conference in Tamil Nadu. And one boy, one student, he said, if the soul only is so important and if this sharira is just like a dress, vasamsi jirnani atavihaya, if it is just a bag, why do you bother about the food that I eat and about the dress that I wear, madam? He said. Why are you giving a lecture about eat sattvic food and don't wear proper dignified clothes, wear white and white, or wear properly covered? Why are you advising all this? Because this sharira is just a bag, it's just a cloth, it has no significance. Why are you bothered about the food and the way I dress and way I eat? He asked me this question. So then I told him, I have a journey, a spiritual journey. Now for the spiritual journey, let me say from Puttaparthi, I have to go to Bangalore this evening because my flight is at 6 o'clock. I need to be driven to that airport. So for that, what do you need? You need a car, you need a driver. The driver alone comes and says, come, we'll go. I'll say, where is the car? The car alone is there. I'll say, where is the driver? Likewise, this sharira is like a car, an instrument, and the soul inside is like a driver where we need to make this spiritual journey not this way, but this way, right? To Paraloka. Now the car outside, how does the food that you put matter, or how does the way I dress up matter? Now you will like to go in a presentable car. You cannot say, 100 years back in a car in the ambassador car, it's all repair. I cannot go in that car. When will I catch my flight? Or you cannot, instead of putting petrol in that car, can you put palpaisam in that car and say, now please go. This is better than petrol. This is so tasty. Will the car go? It won't. Likewise, for this sharira to do its duty, you need to take care of it very, very properly. Whatever food has to go inside only should go. You cannot put all crap things like pasta or pizza or all the maida things into your thing and say, system, work. It will not work. Because the buddhi will become manda. Things that do not digest easily. Today, fruit yogurts are very, very popular. The tair, the curd and the fruit never goes together in Ayurveda. Only palum, palamu, it will go together. Not the tair. But there are so many things, crap, which are being promoted. Red meat, beef, which never gets digested, which causes cancer, is the fashion of today's world. But the World Cancer Research Fund says this causes cancer. Nobody takes all those points. So, to continue your question, idam shariram kaunteya kshetramithyabhidiyate. This is like a temple. Just because I said this sharira It's just everything else is silly. This sharira is not me. Doesn't mean that you cannot take care of it. You have to take care of it all the more, because only through this instrument you can serve a higher purpose. That is why Krishna says this is kshetram. This is kshetram ityabhidiyate. Feed your senses with good things. Feed your mouth and stomach with good things, your eyes with good things, your ears with good. Everywhere put in sattvic food. Food for the soul is very important. So that amount of importance has to be given. Good that you raised this question. Is your question answered?
Yes, ma'am. My
Thank
question
you.
is answered. Ma'am, I have one more question. Ma'am,
Okay,
surrender you mentioned as one of the key steps towards moving towards Koham. So, ma'am, surrender requires conviction and faith in the Almighty, our Swami, our Guru. How do we build that conviction and faith in the first place when we already have so many doubts and queries in our mind?
So, whatever, see, this is the problem today. We used to have complete faith and vishwasa and surrender. Let us say doctors. We used to go to doctors. They used to say, oh, fever, have this crocin. Today, when you go to doctors and they say, have this medicine, you immediately Google that medicine and say, doctor, it says side effects. It might cause diarrhea and it might cause or constipation or whatever. So many 25 side effects. Everywhere there will be side effects, even for a paracetamol. So you have resources where you immediately Google and say, these, somehow I don't have faith. You don't put the crocin, you still suffer with fever. You still suffer with fever. Now when I say, surrender, have faith in him, you will live a peaceful life. Then you question and say, what if I don't surrender? What if I don't have the conviction? Then you will have to suffer. Which means, how do we build our Drida Vishwasa faith system? Slowly, by taming our senses. Our senses are like horses. Put the mind as the reins to the horses. Conquer each sense through that mind of your reins and give it to your buddhi as the sarathi, and then practice consciously that I'm going to feed my entire senses only with good things, so that my faith system, my conviction towards all this will keep increasing, and not questioning all the time. You can question, but once you get an answer, you have to follow that. I told you there is a karma yoga path, there is a jnana yoga path, there is a bhakti yoga path, or just surrender. If you say surrendering also not possible, then what to do? Just say Vithala, Vithala, I don't have Drida Vishwasa. Still say Rama, 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 Rama. That itself will help you. That is why Nama Sankirtanam in today's yuga, people will not have Vishwasa, people will not have faith, they will not have conviction. How will you develop this conviction? Through building the sattvic body system. Because ours is full of rajo and tamo guna, we start doubting more and more and more, and we become rebellious. So just quieten yourself with all this. You will start believing slowly. Your faith will improve. You will have clarity of vision. Finally, you will surrender. Sometimes, even that, I'm not happy, na? You have to burn your fingers and then only surrender. That is it. Pattadam puriyum. Avladam. Okay? Any other question? Yeah, I have 4 more hands. Yes. Quickly, I think we have to go to the next session because it is 11:35. 2 more questions and then we'll, yeah.
Sarah ma'am. So as you said about approval, it was really good about the detached attachment. But if we speak of dharma or righteousness, how do we judge it? You said Mahabharata is fight against adharma. But how do we give justice to Draupadi Vastraharana, where Pandavas are equally unjust, who put Draupadi on stake?
Yeah, but throughout their life, you are just quoting one instance. Throughout their life, who gave poison to Bhima? The Kauravas. Bhima was to be killed. Then who burnt the wax palace? The Kauravas. Who sent Mukasura? The Kauravas. I can give you 10 instances where the Kauravas had planned to kill Pandavas, And you are giving me one instance. See, majority, see, nobody is an ideal human being, 100% perfect, 100% imperfect. You have to see 60 to 70%. If they are good, then tick. Arjuna, Dharmaputra, and the Pandavas were more than 70 to 80% good. Yes, they made a mistake. What does that show? Even if it is Sakshat Dharmaputra, if you put your wife on sale like this, you have to go to the forest and suffer distress all your life and face the misery of this. So dharma can be taught through the positive way, or dharma can be taught through the other way. If you don't do this, see, I can say speak the truth, or I can say don't lie. In this case, it's don't lie, right?
Yes, ma'am. But in this case, they have the Draupadi is seen as a product for the Pandavas.
Yeah, but you need, see, because of that, they went to the exile, right? After that, they come. They are not given their kingdom back. He asked at least for 5 villages. No. You're still supporting the Kauravas. For Duryodhana, you're supporting Duryodhana. Probably you would have been Karna in your previous birth. No, after they went to the exile, they suffered, they come back. Again and again, Duryodhana is not willing to give anything. They gave a barren land. Pandavas worked so hard and made it into Indraprastha. That also he usurped. And you still want to support Duryodhana and saying that Kauravas were just. No, they were totally unjust. And that is why Krishna gives them the last opportunity, the last opportunity. If you give just one house, we will go. He says, no, nothing doing. That's it.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah?
It was.
Yeah, I can't hear you. Enna? What did he say?
Ma'am, I was not asking about justice to Kauravas, but it was, I want to know the actual balance, so that's why I...
Actually, yeah. It was wrong for having placed Draupadi. Definitely, that is why Draupadi took the Shapata. And she see the freedom that women of Bharat had that day. She questions the king. She questions everybody in the court. And then she actually abuses everybody, says, how can you allow this to happen? Such a powerful Kshatriyani. And then she says, I will not comb my hair until I bathe it with the blood of the Kauravas. Today, nobody combs their hair. That is different. Okay, shall we just finish the session with, yeah? One last question, that's it. Oh, so many questions. Probably we'll meet in a private session because we have a next session. Soumyaji, we have the next session, right? So we'll finish. And probably the people who have questions, we'll meet separately. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu mangalam.